a couple girls who were teammates on last year's Junior World team. As we get started, Alex Hedrick in the blue representing Titan Mercury. Alisha Howk in the red representing Sunkissed Kids. Hedrick won the first one 4-2. And we've already seen 50 and 53 go to a third match. We'll see if Hedrick can close out Howk here. They were 53 and 57 last year, meeting in the middle here at 55 this year. Dump attempt from Howk, but Hedrick with the hard whizzer. Austin, I feel like that dump attempt has gotten more prevalent in folk style because of how effective it is in freestyle.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for certain people, for long, for kind of like short. If you can hit it really well, but it's going to be hard to hit it on those long opponents because they can just step right over with you. And I've had trouble with that in the past, so I tend to stay away from those dumps. I'm a little short, and usually all the guys I wrestle are going to be pretty tall, so.
More fire hydrant, thick chest build on you.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing with Hedrick, as she's working some short offense here, Hedrick doesn't necessarily do anything spectacular, but always keeps herself in the match, right? Different positions, kind of staying sound, especially in short offense. Really likes to go over the top, pull the girl into a front head position.
Yeah, she stays in really good position. She controls the hands and two-on-ones really well, so that's going to work well in her favor. It's going to be hard for Hawk to get her out of a position. Now she's on the shot.
And Hedrick's got to stay square here, trying to go into a crotch lock. Now, I don't know if you saw, Ben Askren did a scoring now. It's just in men's freestyle, but crotch lock on the men's side, a not very valuable turn at the Senior World Championships.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
Does that surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, kinda. Because usually you think it'd be some pretty cheap points, but maybe those foreigners are pretty good at just keeping their hips down and staying in good position when they're in that position.
Right, staying heavy on those low singles, going behind the knee, right?
Up.
Mm-hmm. So we got Hedrick on the clock here. Howk trying to take the 1-0 lead, circling around behind. Going to be close here. Now this should be a grounded call. So white paddled, no points on the board, but in a second here, Howk will take the 1-0 lead. 30 seconds remaining. Going to that 2-on-1. Now I asked Austin to come up here and call some matches. As Hedrick looking for that 2-on-1. Howk in on the shot here. And this is how we're going to close out the period. So we'll be 1-0 Howk.
So what are the odds we go 3-3 here? 3 for 3 on third matches.
I don't know. Hedrick is, I'll tell you, I'll be honest, I doubt Hedrick a lot. And I think it's part of that, the not flashy thing, right? So sometimes she doesn't stick out in your head, and then she's hitting these crisp doubles against Heaton, Rana in the semis, and just always finds a way to keep herself in the match. And there's something to be said for when you're young, learning how to keep matches close, right? It's not necessarily, again, entertaining, but I'm never getting blown out. And then all of a sudden, those 3-2 losses when you're 15, 16, when you're 17, 18, 19, turn into 4-2, 5-2 wins.
Yeah.
What was young Austin Gomez like? Were you a boomer bust guy when you were like IKWF age?
Yeah, I've been the same all my life, man.
You love the big move.
Yeah, just, if it's there, I'm going to hit it. So even if it's not there, I'll hit it sometimes. But, the coaches are getting on me about that just to stay stingy. That's what I got to do, just stay stingy. But just hit it when it's there or whenever I need it. But Yeah, I've been the same. Just go for it.
And Howk getting a passive there in on the shot, though, once again. And I want to let this situation play out, but then I want to get Austin's opinion on the shot clock game here. Is Howk coming up under the knee. Good scramble now here, looking for the crotch lock, going over the top, and Hedrick going to take the 2-1 lead. And going to come out on top and get her opportunity. So I wanted to ask you before Hedrick ended up getting that crotch lock. You know, they hit Howk for passive early on. How many times have you had to play that shot clock game in a match where you kind of sacrifice going on the clock in the first, knowing that the other guy's going to go on the clock in the second? We just talked about how you're boom or bust, but have you ever had to play that game in freestyle?
Yeah, you just got to be smart and just know how much time's on the clock, really. So if she would have got called, she would have had probably a minute and a half, minute 45 left to give up that point, and, hey, you got a minute 15 to score 1 point. So it's not – if she would have got put on the clock, it's not too big of a hurry. Don't force anything because there's still a lot of time on the clock to score. So it just depends how much time's on the clock and what you're feeling, really.
Howk's still hanging on to that right leg. And I think she's going to finish this, make it a 4-1 lead. So Hedrick in the driver's seat, and this would be the first confirmed junior world team member, as Austin mentioned, the 1553 going to a third match. Working a lace now, 41 to go. And Howk's hair coming undone for a second. So let's see if Allie Howk has a little Austin Gomez in her. Go upper body. Allie's pretty baseline as far as, you know, very strong leg attacks. Doesn't necessarily go to the upper body well too often. Final 20 seconds here. Hedrick staying square here. And I believe we're going to get our first junior world team member, as it will be Alex Hedrick of Titan Mercury at 55 kilos, taking the 6-1 win over Allie Howk of Sunkissed Kids. And she will be going to her second straight Junior World Championships. So, folks, I asked Austin to come up here and call a couple matches. I know you're here with your family, so if you want to stick around, please feel free. We'd love to have you, but if you need to go, I understand and see your family. But we do appreciate you having you here on the call, so no hard feelings if